Okay, each and every week I watch Survivor and I think to myself, what would I do in the shoes of the people who are playing this game? What would I do in this situation? What would I do in this scenario? And the reason I do that is because I want to play this game, okay? Now I could put myself in the shoes of the Ometepe tribe, but they're winning and that's boring, okay? I'd rather put myself in the shoes of the Zapatera tribe. There's two of them left and they have this seemingly insurmountable mountain to climb to make it to the end of this game. So for this example, I'm going to take Steve out of the game and put myself in his spot, because I'm not going to play as Steve because I don't think like Steve, and I don't want to pull Ralph out of the game because I enjoy how he misspells everybody's name at Tribal Council too much, so I don't want to rob myself of that. Okay? So for this example, it relies on a couple of factors. The first factor is that the Zapateras, when they merged, after the merge, were pretty much a unified front. They were galvanized. There were five solid right there, okay? And the other thing is that there were five of them. So if all voted out at this point and going to the jury, that means there's going to be five Zapatera members on the jury. That means 5 votes decide who wins this game. 5 votes dominate the jury. This is a trump card I don't think the guys that are left have the brain power to realize that they have. And they need to play this trump card right now. They have to let the Ometepes know, listen, I'm in the ultimate position of weakness now, but guess what? I control who's going to win this game. So the first thing I would do is I would wait until everybody is gathered in one spot. Whether that be at, when there's a rainstorm and everybody's in the shelter, whether that be at night when everybody's just about to go to sleep, or even on Redemption Island, which would play out well because then you could have this confirmed by some of the ex-Zapatera tribe, especially if you spew it out all at the same time. Last case scenario, I'd play it at Tribal Council. I wouldn't want to play it there, but if I had to, I'd play it there. This is how it would go. I would say I would be sitting next to Ralph, and of course I would have discussed this with him prior to this. And I'd say, look guys, I've resigned myself to the fact I am not going to win this game. There are 2 of us, we're going home very soon. We're not going to win the game. And I'm cool with that, which of course I wouldn't be, because I'd fight and scrape to the last breath to win this game. But I'd just say that to these guys. I'd say, you know what? The only thing we're thinking about is what we're going to eat when we're voted out. I think I'm going to eat a stick of butter because I can, okay? Maybe an entire cake, a pound of bacon, whatever. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now. You guys should be thinking about what you're going to do with $1 million. And then I'd go down the line. I'd be like, Grant, what are you going to do with $1 million? Philip, what are you going to do with $1 million? Girls, what are you going to do with $1 million? And I wouldn't ask Rob, okay? So this would get everybody visualizing. Wow, this is what I'm going to do with $1 million. I am close to winning $1 million. Oh my God, this is going to change my life. I can move here, I can buy this, whatever. I'd get them visualizing it because it would be that much more tangible to them. I'd exclude Rob, because that's the next part of this thing. And I'd also emphasize, listen, Ralph and I, we are not going to win this game. We are weak, okay? So that de-emphasizes the Zapateras. And the next thing I'd say is I'm sorry guys, but you're not going to win $1 million. So you can throw all your hopes and dreams in the garbage. And I can guarantee you this because the Zapatera 5 are unified. And if you don't believe me, ask Ralph. If you don't believe me, ask Mike at Redemption Island. If you don't believe me, ask Julie at Redemption Island. While you guys were ostracizing us, we had different sleeping arrangements, different times to eat, you wouldn't share fish with us, it galvanized us. And guess what? The Zapatera 5, we might be 5 different like fingers on a hand, but we're still one hand, and we're going to vote as one. And I can guarantee you, and if there was a rainstorm at this time, I'd step out of the shelter with rain pouring on my face and I'd say, As God is my witness, he can strike me down right now if I'm not telling the truth. I can guarantee you right now, better than the U.S. government guarantees their treasury bonds, that the Zapatera 5 are going to vote as one. And we decide who's going to win the game, and none of you are going to win $1 million because Rob is going to win $1 million. We can end this right now. We can make Survivor history, end the game early, and award this to Rob right now. That's basically what we can do right now. Because it's nothing personal, but you guys haven't made any big, bold moves. And the Zapatera 5 respect bold moves, and that's how we're going to vote to who's going to win this game. So this would start taking the emphasis off of Zapatera and make the Ometepes look at each other as the enemies. And put a huge target on the mob boss, Rob, and make everybody think, I got to get rid of him. And I'd say, listen, I'll pitch this to you. We're not going to win, but we're kind of bored right now. None of you have made any bold moves. None of you made any big moves. You need to start making big moves now because the door is almost closed on this. And Rob is right here and you guys are somewhere here. If you want to bring yourself up a little bit more, you need to make bold moves. And to make this interesting, Ralph and I are not going to win this game. We have no control over our own fates, but we have ultimate control over who's going to win this game. Okay? And to make this interesting, here's my proposal. Ralph and I are going to vote in the next tribal council. So what we're going to do is we're going to vote. We have a blank vote right now. You approach us with a bold move. Approach us with a bold move. And we will, if it's a good enough plan, I will give you my word, I will agree to it, and you've got 2 more votes. So your 1 vote turns into 3 votes. Your 2 votes turn into 4 votes. Your 3 votes and so on turn into more. And we can discuss this right now in front of everybody if you'd like. Or we could discuss this in private. You can get me while I'm sleeping. Tap me on the shoulder. Psst, 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 psst. When I'm fishing, when I'm peeing, grab me and be like, psst, 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 psst. Pitch me, pitch Ralph. What is the bold move that's going to take Rob out of the top position and put you in the top position so you can make your hopes and dreams come true for that $1 million? This is a genius plan because, number one, it would make Rob think, well, because I think he's smart enough to know this, there are 5 Zapateras on the jury. What if there are 4 Zapateras on the jury? That means that at least 1 Zapatera makes it to the final 3. Okay? It would be either me or Ralph. Or it would break up the tribe and make people think, oh, I got to get rid of Rob, or I got to get rid of this, or I got to get rid of that. It would fracture the Ometepe tribe. And it would take the emphasis off of the Zapatera tribe. This is a trump card that needs to be played, but guess what? It won't be played. Because Steve and Ralph, I like them both, but they don't have enough brain power between the 2 of them to come up with this plan. This is why I need to play this game. This is why I need to play Survivor. This giant melon on my shoulders here, it's not this big for aesthetics alone. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Okay? I need to play this game. But that's pretty much all I have for now. If I come up with something good, I'll see you next time.